David Rubenstein is an American billionaire, businessman, and philanthropist. He was born in 1949 in Baltimore from a Jewish family, and he was the only child. His father was a postman and his mother a homemaker. He attended a public school and then went to college. He studied law. He graduated from Duke University with a magna cum laude and later got to the University of Chicago where he graduated with a JD. After university, Rubenstein started his career at the law firm Paul Weiss, Rifkind, Wharton and Garrison in New York City. As he said in a public speaking, nobody wanted him to stay, so he understood he wasn't that great in practicing law, but he got the possibility to work at the White House. He also served as chief counsel to the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee Subcommittee on Constitutional Amendments. He also made it to become Deputy Domestic Policy Advisor to the President Jimmy Carter. But once he left, he struggled to find a job and he had to start from the bottom again. He faced the same struggles he was facing before going to the White House, so he started looking for an alternative to what he was doing. He got to know about the former Secretary of Treasury during Ford's presidency, who built a leveraged buyout firm and made $80 million in 2.5 years with $1 million invested, so he got interested into this field. He didn't have the skills to manage leverage buyouts, so he recruited two people with knowledge in this field and later spent his first 6 months raising capital. He raised $5 million, two to operate the company and three to invest. That's how he started Carlyle Group. He was also good at making the fact that the company was based in Washington, D.C. as a strength. He said that it was better in order to land deals in the aerospace, defense, and telecommunications fields. One key thing that made Carlyle what it is today is that he hired former state officials, so it would have been easier for the group to raise capital, for example, from the Middle East. Another thing that David Rubenstein did in order to make the Carlyle Group what it is today is that he didn't make only one fund. After he had requests for a venture capital fund, he decided to create one so that he could manage more money. Then he started a real estate fund and others. Later, he decided to expand into Europe and started to make deals over there as well. Now Carlyle makes the most of its money in emerging markets. Once he was well over 50, he decided to start his philanthropic endeavors and he wanted to focus in order to educate Americans about their heritage. So he decided to buy the Magna Carta since it was a piece of inspiration for the founding fathers, and later he bought a copy of the Emancipation Proclamation and gave them to the museums and government offices. He also signed the Giving Pledge started by Warren Buffett, which I've also covered, so make sure to check that out as well and subscribe to the channel. He pledged millions of dollars to Harvard University, University of Chicago, and Duke. He also donated to the National Zoo and he donated for the restoration of numerous monuments in Washington, like the Lincoln Memorial and the National Mall. He was also nominated as chairman at the Economic Club of Washington. He was so good at making interviews that it turned into a TV show, and that's how the David Rubenstein Show started on Bloomberg TV. In 2019, he also published his first book called The American Story, Interviews with Master Historians, that I leave in the description. This is it for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet and like the video because it's very important since we just started out. If you want to support us, you can do it either through PayPal or by doing your regular shopping on Amazon after clicking one of the links down below. I wish you all a good day and see you the next time.